Chapter 23 of Stargirl. Those were the best times when we were alone, together, out of school. We took long walks around town and into the desert, her enchanted place. We sat on park benches and people watched. I introduced her to strawberry banana smoothies. I borrowed the pickup and drove us to Red Rock and Glendale. On weekends, we went to Archie's. On his back porch, we talked of thousands of things and laughed and swooned in pipe smoke and ate pizza. She presented her oratorical contest speech to Senor Seguro. We never spoke of the shunning. I loved weekends. But Mondays always followed Sundays. And the shunning, it was clear now, had come to me. It was less absolute for me than for her, but it was there. I saw it in the eyes that shifted away from mine, the shoulders that turned, the chatter that seemed less loud around me now than before. I fought it. I tested its limits. In the courtyard between classes, in the lunchroom, I called out to others just to see if they would respond. When someone turned and nodded, I felt grateful. If someone spoke to me, especially if I had not spoken first, I wanted to cry. I had never realized how much I needed the attention of others to confirm my own presence. I told myself that the shunning was more painful for me than for Stargirl. I told myself that she was too busy being herself to notice she was being ignored. And in fact, she continued to give birthday people a ukulele serenade, to decorate her desk, and to distribute assorted kindnesses. I told myself that even if she did notice, she wouldn't care. I understood why this was happening to me. In the eyes of the student body, she was part of my identity. I was her boyfriend. I was Mr. Stargirl. The students said things. Not to me, not directly, but turned for me to overhear, even as they pretended I was nowhere near. They said she was self-centered spotlight hogger. They said she thought she was some kind of saint. I cringed at that. And that she thought she was better than the rest of us. They said she wanted everyone else to feel guilty for not being nice and wonderful as she was. They said she was a phony. Most of all, they said she was the reason why Micah electrons were not soon to become Arizona State basketball champions. Kevin had been right. When she started cheering for other teams, she did something bad to her own. To see one of their own primming the opposition did something to the team's morale that hours of practice could not overcome. And the last straw, everyone seemed to agree, was the Sun Valley game when Stargirl rushed across the court to aid Kovac, the Sun Valley star. All of this was affirmed by our own star, Ardsley himself, who said that when he saw a Micah cheerleader giving comfort to the enemy, the heart went out of him. She was why they lost the next game so miserably at Red Rock. They hated her for it, and they would never forgive. Unlike Stargirl, I was aware of the constant anger of our schoolmates, seething like snakes under a porch. In fact, I was not only aware of it, but at times I also understood their point of view. There were even moments when something small and huddled within me agreed with it. But then I would see her smile and take a swan dive into her eyes, and the bad moment would be gone. I saw, I heard, I understood, I suffered. But whose sake was I suffering for? I kept thinking of Senor Seguro's question. Whose affection do you value more, hers or the other's? I became angry. I resented having to choose. I refused to choose. I imagined my life without her and without them, and I didn't like it either way. I pretended it would not always be like this. In the magical moonlight of my bed at night, I pretended she would become more like them, and that they would become more like her, and in the end I would have it all. Then she did something that made pretending impossible.